Hello, everybody, and welcome to 3 Years Weekly AMA. It is Wednesday, it is 5 o'clock, maybe a minute or two beside that, but we are here, of course, live every Wednesday. I'm happy to have you here. Anita Mlakar is my name, and I am the host of 3 Years AMAs. Today, of course, also with Sandi Bitenc, the CEO of 3Air, and he will be with us in a couple of minutes. Now, I would like to invite you, as I always do, to be a part of this. Of course, to get involved, you have more options. You can click like, you can ask a question, write it in the comment section. You can write a suggestion, write your question, and of course, be a part of our channels on Telegram, Discord, Twitter. You can follow us on our social networks. We are here for you. I always do the beginning of this AMAs with a short introduction of the project. That is the 3 Years project, and let me do that also now. So what we are trying to do is connect people of Africa to internet. We are trying to connect the unconnected, and we are doing that with two technologies, K3 last mile solution and 3Air internet. Once you are connected, you get a digital identity from us. You can store everything, and it is a provable record of what you have done so far. And of course, you can identify yourself with it. We also create your digital bank account. We are giving you a wallet, and we are educating you, and that is the real empowerment. The next step is providing financial services. We also have outside partners that will provide additional digital revenue streams. And once we put you through all these steps, you are connected, you are banked, and you are empowered. Of course, you have financial tools, you have revenue streams, and the knowledge. We are happy to do that, and we are also happy to have you here to be a part of this project. Let me invite, as I always do, the CEO of 3Air, Sandi Bitenc. Hello, Sandi.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hello, wait.
Yeah.
Three
Be
fingers,
there all
Sandy.
the way.
Hello. Nice to have you here. Nice to see you again. We are not having a special guest this time, but you are the special guest. I'm really looking forward to this. Our AMAs also, because this is a special opportunity, of course, also for everybody else to ask questions. Sandy, first of all, how are you? And I will ask you if you are ready. And I hope you will also tell us what I mean.
I need to tell you. Of course, I'm ready. Of course, I'm ready.
Yeah, not just for AMA,
I
right?
know. I know. I know what you mean.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will say it. This is the last time AMA is with Sandy as a bachelor, as a single man, because the next AMA, you will be
Sandy will be
already
married.
married one. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Okay, Sandy,
Of course, I'm ready.
you're ready, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's nothing. Why shouldn't I be right?
Are you counting the hours?
Look. Right now, there's still too much work.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
but I'm it's I don't know, it's nothing that would kind of bother me, or yeah, I'm looking forward to it, that's it. But it's not something that would be stressful. I don't know why people are so stressed about getting married and so on. No,
You don't
the
know that
people,
because you're not a woman.
Petra is also not really stressed. I don't think she's stressed.
Okay, it is a difference between men and women, how we take this special occasion, this special event, marriage. But yes, and at the end, it is always beautiful. It is always something special. It is something that we wished for, but some stress before it, it's normal. And the preparations, and what to dress, what makeup to put on, and stuff like that, it is normal. But yeah, you men are usually like that. We are cool.
Yeah, so I don't really care what makeup I put on.
I
So
know.
I don't need to stress about that. And in the end, it doesn't matter really. It will be nice. It will be fun. I'm pretty sure we'll have a great time, and that's what's important. And if you have this in mind, then I don't know why it should be stressful.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
I think
Now, I
it becomes stressful when you try to make it for someone else, and then show everything is like, I don't know, like, so you were trying not to blow everything out of proportion. We had somebody helping us out a bit, and they were trying to blow it out of proportion, so we needed to really tune it down, but it isn't about everyone else. It's about us, and that's it. And for us, we know what you like, and there is no need to show everyone everything else. I'm never the guy that'll try to impress someone else. Just I just don't care.
yeah, good for you. Sandy, now usually people take a couple of days off before that and after that, but you're still working.
Yeah, it's I like to work. For me, working is, let's say, most of the time is like it's hard to say relaxing, but for sure it isn't. It's more or less for fulfilling. It can be stressful at times, for sure, but I do like to solve challenges and attain goals. That's something that I really like. So yeah, I'm still having meetings and calls, and just today. There was a developers meeting, and we went through some things, but then next week I will be somewhere on the road. I'll still do the AMA, but I'll be somewhere on the road. I'll take some friends, and also a part of the 3-year development team with me, and we'll go a bit around Slovenia, and yeah, try to have some nice time without work. Let's say, let's see how good this goes, but I'm pretty sure that a few of us will be working on the road.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you, Sandy, for being with us. Thank you for taking the time, being here also to answer the questions. But I just had it in mind. It would be so nice, I didn't think of that before, that you and Petra were on right now, and then I would ask Petra the same questions as I'm asking you. Of course, not about 3 year, but about these feelings, and then we would see the different difference, or maybe not, or maybe not.
Like, either way, Petra is listening. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she was already commenting, so she's around somewhere.
Okay, Petra, please do write down what do you think. And I know Petra is ready because we are online every day, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I will be at your wedding. And of course, if you will allow me, maybe then we can also publish some picture in our channels. But it is all up to you. I promise you, if Sandy and Petra say yes, I will do it.
You if you take care of it, yeah,
I
sure. I
will.
don't think I'll be running around with a phone there. So
No, you will not.
no. Okay.
You will have other things to do.
Yes.
Sandy, we had a really nice AMA last time. I was really enjoying our guest. It was of course, the CEO of Scale, Jack O'Halloran, and so many questions were asked. We also said that maybe we will repeat such AMA one day. And Jack said, yes, why not? So we're looking forward to that too. And I also saw that some of questions were coming on later on. So yeah, this was a really nice one. How was your feeling?
No, I really liked it. I do like Jack. He is one of the smartest guys I've ever met. And we're also chatting now and then, and we've been on a few calls before. So he is just, he is the guy to get the answers about scale. That's for sure, and it is a big part of 3R, because we are building on scale. So I do think we need to have him on the call again in, let's say, a month or two or something like that.
Yes, absolutely. We learned a lot about Scale and their project update, V2, also the outlook for the next year, and about the project that are live already, and also integration of 3 years on Scale. So yeah, it was really, really a nice conversation.
Well, there is so much in the pipeline there, but it's gonna be really awesome once the project starts coming out, they are actually coming out already. So I'm it's just I'm looking at the chains mostly because of the technology, and I really like what Scale has done. So in sense of the technology, they're really good, and I see now that the adoption is slowly coming. There was no adoption before. There was version 2 because it was just impossible. You could put up a standalone app, but it was impossible to kind of interact with some other apps and so on, and that's really crucial. So version 2 is, well, that's version 2 is bringing this. So the interchain inside Scale, interoperability, so that different apps can, on the same, let's say, chain, because it's not technically the same chain. Every project has its own chain. So what version 2 has done is allow for easy communication between those chains within Scale. So that's a totally different level, and I'm pretty sure we'll see the adoption that Scale deserves coming now. And it doesn't really help to be launching in a bear market, something like that, right?
Well, great, great, really. Sandy, what you wanted to do last time is also introduce us to an app, and you said you will do it this time. So maybe we should, I hope, now see your presentation.
Well, let's try it. The last time I had some problems sharing it on as a screen share because it's a phone app. So what we've done is we created a demo application for the digital identities, and you need an app for this. Technically you could do it as a browser application, but it's really hard because what you need to do is, you need to do a lot of QR code scanning. So to actually being able to control the camera and everything, it does need an app. So I needed to share my screen here, and I couldn't. So what I've done now is actually I put my phone on my desktop. So that's actually what you see here is coming directly from my phone, and I can still use it here on my desktop. So, but you'll see it's my phone because we'll actually get the camera going. So it is a demo app. So just don't look at the design. The design is coming later. It's just now it's the functionalities, and there's no texts and so on. So how it works is you click start. You probably won't be clicking start when it's really live. And you can, so the digital identity will be stored on chain. So if you want to store something on chain, you actually need to generate your private and public keys, and that's usually kind of, it's actually the same process as with a wallet. And what we did, we are using the DEET ether standard. So this will actually allow us to use the public key directly as a person's identifier. And it will also allow us then to use this as a regular wallet. So you'll be able to hold your identity and also everything else that comes with it. So every other verifiable claim, you'll be able to hold it in your wallet, and also every other crypto that you'll use, you'll be using, you'll be able to hold in your wallet. So this is gonna be a crypto wallet also. So we're creating our own crypto wallet now with the digital identities. So these are the regular seed phrase. Again, just you don't need to try it because there'll be nothing there in this wallet. It's just going to be for demo purposes. But just give me a second because we'll need to validate it. So we need to click continue, and then we need to put in the first word. So it's service, and the second word is annual, and the third word is employee. Oops. Okay. Let's see if I got this right. Okay, so now we actually created a pair of public and private keys. So the private keys are stored in the vault in your device, in your mobile phone, and the public key is actually, you can think of it as the same as your wallet identifier, something like this. So right now, really, really easy. It's the wallet. For now, it's empty. You have some of your personal profile, and here's actually then the QR code. And let me just allow this. So yeah, here it is. Hey. Okay, so now you see it. It is my phone, right? So we are doing this like totally live, and this is our backend. So this is how our backend looks like. And here you can actually create verifiable claims. So not everyone will have access to this. For now, only 3R has access to this, and we can actually create some verifiable claim, uh, and you'll see it afterwards. I can get it on my phone. So let's put it Sandi. Just some kind of whatever. It doesn't matter right now. Identity is something, and my nationality is Indian. Okay, so I now submit data, and this is not going to be only this data. You can put whatever in here. Your credit score, your driver's license, any education, whatever. Right. So let's try and scan this. Okay. And let's allow it. And here it is. So this is now came from the backend now to my phone. This is now on my phone stored, and I can add it to my wallet. I can name it something like permit, and then this is now stored directly on my wallet, and I can actually use it. I can share it with someone if I want. So I can click it, share by QR code, and then if somebody else scans it, he'll actually see what's in this credential. And there'll be multiple levels of what you can share. And also there will be the option from some verifier to request the data, and then he'll have the QR code and you'll scan it, and then he'll just get back the information that he really, really needs and that you approve. So this is kind of now the flow, and you can just then store, if we would go to the back end and add another one and scan it, I would just be able to put it in here. Like how many verifiable claims as I want. So it's not only about thinking about this as your ID, because it's so much more. It can be an ID, but it can be a lot of other things. Whatever you need to kind of verify that you're in possession and it's it can be digitized, then you can store it as a verifiable credential.
Wow, looks amazing.
Cool, right?
We have some comments already. Jeannie saying nice. Looks great is another one. This is awesome. So yeah, you can of course write it down. What do you think about it? How do you like it? And if you have a question, just write it in the comment section. Great, Sandy.
Yeah, maybe here this is technically how a verifiable credential looks like, right? So There's the context is just what standard we are using, um, and then you have the type, then you have the issuer. So the issuer is really really important. The issuer right now will be 3 year, and 3 year has its own digital identity identifier, so that that this came from somebody trustworthy, right? So that's the main thing. And then any governmental institutions can be here, for instance. A university can be an issuer and so on. But also anyone can actually be an issuer, but it's just it comes down to who you trust and who you don't trust. Then you have the information about the issuer, and then you have your credentials. So this is then this would be my ID, because I received this credential. And my document ID would be here, and date of birth. This is just a something that has been created before, so it just can see how it actually looks like in the backend. And then you have some parts with the proof and some tokens and those things. And this is actually from today's meeting. Just doing some creative stuff there. That's really creative.
This is how creative work happens, right? And
Yeah,
brainstorming and how ideas come up.
exactly.
Um, okay, we have great news, Sandy. Richard is saying this is great in combination with buying 3 air telco connectivity NFTs.
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll be able to identify yourself with the digital identity, and then the NFT will actually prove that you have access to the internet. And then the NFT is actually the one that will grant you the internet connectivity.
Great. Wow. So yeah, thank you, Sandy, for explaining all of that, and also for giving us a presentation. It is much easier to see that way. And what we talked about earlier is also, Sandy, that you will just give us a little update on the market from your perspective, of course. What is happening? How do you see it? You're following it.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's still work being done in the background, and I think next week I'll have some really nice updates about a new launchpad. That we'll be working with, and potentially some more exchanges and so on. So let's see if we are really signing this, in the next few days. Then that will be awesome. And no, that's just adding and adding and adding to the successful token launch that we're planning to perform once the market turns a bit bullish. And let's see now. July started a bit better than the previous months. It's just I'm not 100% sure that this is now the turn. It probably isn't really the turn that we're looking for. But let's see what happens, right? So what's been really bullish for me in the last few weeks is that we saw heavy outflows from exchanges. So everyone is just trying to take all the crypto off of exchanges. And some would think that that's a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing. It's you usually take crypto out of cold storage, put it on the exchange because you want to sell it. That's when you see a lot of inflows into the exchanges, it usually means that the price will probably drop in the next time. But when people start taking crypto off of exchanges, then they probably won't be, they're not intending to sell it. So that's why this is kind of bullish. I do think that the majority of this is like a bank run right now. So everyone's taking things off of exchanges because there were so many project exchanges, or any other yield generating platforms or something like that. They were really running out of liquidity, and they were suspending withdrawals. And we talked about that in the previous AMAs. And I think everybody's right now scared about keeping crypto on any exchange. And I do recommend you don't keep your crypto on an exchange if you're not intending to trade with it or sell it, or whatever. If you want to keep and hold it, then it's always good to just take it off of exchange, put it into cold storage, or at least have it on a non-custodial wallet, so that nobody can limit you in regards to withdrawing it, or selling it, or doing whatever with it. So the problem was, of course, that Celsius was the one that went down, that limited withdrawals, suspended them actually in total. And they're quite, they had a big liquidity crisis. They still do. They didn't come out with some recovery plan yet. There's a lot of talk about how they want to do it, and there are a few options, but they didn't decide on any yet. So it's either they go into file for bankruptcy, or they try to just bail themselves out with the help of the community or something like that. But this hasn't been decided. What they did do is, and that's really really good, is they paid off some loans that they had on MakerDAO. They had quite a big loan there. They took it out, and the liquidation price for the Bitcoin was around 13,000 US dollars. And there was a lot of whales probably trying to get the price down to that level, just to liquidate them and then buy their Bitcoin as cheap as possible. But they actually paid out the majority of the loan right now, so their liquidation price went down below $3,000. And that's probably not going to happen, that Bitcoin would go so low. So they were far, far, far away from that. So that's good. Whatever additional liquidations we can prevent, it's probably good. But what's not good is that the other project went into some liquidity issues. So we now have Babel Finance that's in issues. Either suspending withdrawals or just limiting them. Then there's BlockFi, there's CoinFlex, there's CoinLoan, there's Volt. Volt is actually a big one that went into problems, and also Voyager. Voyager also, I think last week they totally 100% suspended withdrawals. There's already some sharks around that are trying to acquire those big projects. So yeah, that's a bit. Then what we have is a fear and greed index went up to 19 right now. So if you remember correctly, in the previous week it was around 10 or 11, I think, and then before that it actually went down to 7 or 8. So it's still a lot of fear, but it's far better than it was last week. What's surprising to me is actually that the altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin, and that's a bit unusual for the for a bear market. Usually, it's like Bitcoin rallies really hard, and the altcoins are just lagging a bit behind. It's more or less because people in those in times like this, they usually go a bit into less riskier investments, and Bitcoin is the least riskiest of all the crypto. So it's kind of interesting that the altcoins are right now outperforming Bitcoin. It could be positive. So it could be that we'll see an altcoin season far sooner than it was expected. And of course, we are an altcoin, so 3R is actually an altcoin, and it's it's a new altcoin, or it will be a new altcoin. So for launching a token, this is really really good. So we do want to launch in a environment where the altcoins are actually moving up faster than Bitcoin does. So that's kind of a good sign, I think. What's not such a good sign, or maybe it is actually, is that the miners have been selling off quite a lot of Bitcoin. So I think this was also a big downwards price pressure in the previous months. We don't have the statistics yet for the majority of them for June, but in May they were selling quite hard, and of course they need to pay the electricity bills, right, and so on. So but usually when the miners really capitulate, so that they sell off, usually that means kind of it can be a bottom sign. So in that sense, it can be good. But the total economy is not really the best. So we kind of, it looks like, or it's like, yeah, it looks like, I'm pretty sure that the recession will be confirmed. So technically a recession is two times 2 quarters of negative growth of national, how you call it in English, um, GDP, right?
GDP.
So yeah, GDP. And I think we are, for the second quarter, we are around -2% or something like that. So everyone right now is talking about the recession. I do think that the traders, the Wall Street, uh, there was so many signs that we are entering a recession, or we already are in a recession for a few months already. I do think there a lot of this is already priced in. That's why we also dropping the equity markets. And actually, the equity markets actually right now are they're right now valued again. That the valuations of the equities are right now under the usual average. So they were really really going up and blowing everything out of proportion. But um, it's not only the worst quarter for crypto. I think we didn't have such a bad quarter in crypto since 2011. I think Q3 was around something similar or a bit worse. But the equity market was actually, I think it's the worst half a year, or starting a year, since 50 years. I think in the 70s it was something like this happening. So now the problem is the global economy is really really bad, and this is taking Bitcoin and crypto market down with it. But as said, so the valuations now are, I think, fair, or even a bit below the average. So I do think things can start turning. And it was exactly the tech and the risk on stocks were the ones that really got hammered. And they're the ones that are looking the cheapest right now. So even looking at Google or Amazon or something like that, or Tesla, they're really really hammered down. And it was interesting that this month actually started with the Dow going down, and the Nasdaq was actually going up. So this is also not usual. So it's kind of something similar as altcoins going up faster than Bitcoin, but there was actually the Dow dropping, and then the Nasdaq was a bit gaining. So usually you don't see that. So it's quite a lot of funny things happening. And but it's just by the feeling, I would say it feels like really really the bottom of a bear market, where everyone's so bearish. Everyone would just want to leave, and there's so much thought out, and the big companies failing, the miners selling. Usually this means, okay, we probably cannot go a lot lower. it doesn't mean that we cannot go lower, right? So the Fed, the US, they still have, a lot of power. If they decide to do some funny stuff there, we still can go lower. That's for sure. But I don't think that they're really, really, they have a bit of trouble. I think, their quantitative tightening, it's just not happening. They predicted, I think, 45 billion of, taking it out, 45 billion of dollars out of the economy, but I think they only managed to do it around 9 billion, something like that. It's just they'll crush themselves with the economy. Also, the dollar index is so high; it's crazy. And I also don't think that the Bitcoin can really, really go on a uptrend, on a rally. If the dollar index is so high, it will need to come down, and it will need to come down. It just, it also makes everything that US tries to export too expensive, because the dollars is worth so much. You can see now also with the euro, it's almost 1 to 1, right? We never had that.
Yeah.
So this was now a update.
Wow. Suddenly there are really uncertain times, but still, world must go on. Business must go on. And what I'm really looking forward is to this reviews of yours, because even if I'm not following it all the time, at the end of the week, or let's say in the middle of the week, you are giving us a full report so that I can just, get an idea how things turn. And I'm sure I'm not the only one, and it's really helpful. So thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. And and something like this is not something that would be turning, tomorrow or something like that. It is, once a week is I think enough. If you really want to have the big perspective, you won't be missing much. You don't need to follow this every day. But in general, I still think that uh, things are gonna start turning. I'm not really sure if this is the tipping point yet, as I said, but I'm more looking like things are probably gonna turn in September. This is kind of my idea, but let's see what the next few weeks bring.
Okay, so you're actually calming us and giving us a reassurance. It's good. It's good. So yeah. Looking forward to things changing, of course. Sandy, Richard wrote or had a suggestion. Actually, he's in a way always suggesting this. Can you also ask the team that visited Ethiopia to give a presentation in an AMA, pictures, plans, status, and so on? Yeah.
Well, let's see. I think I'll ask them. I'll ask them. Absolutely.
Yeah, we had some pictures, of course, some videos also in our channels, but it's always nice to have them here live to talk about it. So if an opportunity occurs, it would be nice.
Yeah, we cannot lay out all the plans. We still need to be a bit careful with the competition there. The competition in the telecom space is fierce, and we already, how you say, like, poked the hornet's nest a few times, and yeah, got stung a bit. So we need to be a bit careful what exactly we show, because we are disruptive to them. So we just don't want to scare them too soon. But let's say something probably can be done. Yeah, but just for sure not next week because we are traveling. But in the week after, I think, yeah, it's possible.
Okay. Thank you, Sandy. I think we did cover what we wanted to cover. Is there something else to add before you rush into, let's say, another half of your life? Or how should I say it? It is. I think it's great what is awaiting you.
It's one event. It won't change anything in my life. It shouldn't, right?
I know, but it is a nice thing to happen. So I'm really looking forward and
But I'm
wishing.
really, I'm really, really happy we'll be celebrating together. That's
Yeah,
that's amazing.
yeah. Every celebration is nice. So
Yeah.
yeah, really, really. Thank you very much for being.
I heard something that you'll sing.
You heard it wrong.
No, I didn't. I'm pretty sure
Yes,
I heard it right.
It is, at the end, if you want to just let go of everybody there, just say goodbye, then I can sing, because I'm
Okay, so
sure.
we just need to time it, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's all. We have to arrange that before, like we do the AMAs, talk how we will do it. I'm joking. Looking forward to that. Wishing you a really, really nice end of the week, nice Saturday, and everything that is coming with it. I promise you, dear people, community, that I will take care of some pictures and, of course, then post them in our channels so that you will see what is happening. And we will meet again Sunday next Wednesday. You will be on the road, maybe me too, because this is now summertime and we are going around a lot. But it is nice. It is nice to have the opportunity also to meet people, to meet in person what we will do actually this Saturday also. So thank you for being with us.
Yes. Thank
Wishing
you
you,
for.
dear community, all the best. Stay with us. Stay tuned. Be a part of our channels on Discord, on Twitter, on Telegram. Of course, stay here on YouTube. Subscribe to YouTube channel if you're not subscribed yet. We are here every Wednesday with you and looking forward to conversations, questions, comments, and having you around. Thank you very much and have a great Wednesday.
Bye bye.